We look at four things when we're trying to really understand a company. We look at the meaning of the business. Does it connect with our value set? Do we understand the industry? We call that meaning. We look at the moat of the company. Is it a durable competitive advantage in the way they structured their business? And finally, we look at the management team to make sure we really like the managers, and we look at margin of safety. So the management team is really, really important to seeing that the company is going to be the kind of company we want to be an owner of. Does that CEO in particular connect with us as a great CEO? So here are three secrets to finding a really great CEO. First one is we look at an owner of the company. That is somebody who founded this company, like the guys that are doing Chipotle Grill, like Apple Computer, guys that have moved in such an early stage of the company that are essentially founders, like Ray Kroc at McDonald's or Schultz at Starbucks. So we're looking for somebody who is deeply connected where they're sort of sitting on the same side of the table with us. They have a lot of stock and they don't make a lot of money unless we make a lot of money. Which takes us to the second thing, is their compensation scheme. Drives me nuts that these CEOs in these big companies have decided to just pay themselves more and more money every year than is really anything close to what they're worth. These compensation schemes that have been put together make these guys vastly wealthy, like kingdom level of wealthy, by the time they've been in these companies for 5 or 6 years. That's insane. And it means that the CEO has a value set that's more oriented toward themselves than they should have as a leader. A leader, from my point of view, is someone who is out there putting the rest of the troops first. I learned how to lead at the School of Hard Knocks in Fort Benning, Georgia, in the infantry. And they basically said, you're going to be a young officer, a young lieutenant, and you are going to eat last, you're going to get up first, you're going to go to bed last, your men are going to take care of their equipment first, then you take care of yours. Everything is done for the troops first, then you do what you got to do. I wish more CEOs lived that ethic. And we're going to see if we can't force them to do so in the future. So their compensation scheme often shows a CEO who's a mercenary and not a great leader. And finally, the CEO or the management team is establishing the kind of culture that I respect. John Mackey, one of the founders of Whole Foods, has established a management team that is absolutely out to change the world. I call this a BAG in Rule 1 investing. We love CEOs that have a big, audacious goal to change the world. Why? Well, first off, if it's sharing our values, it's exciting to be an owner of a company that's going to change the world and is going to make the world a better place in 20 years. And if the company is out there to really do something audacious, they usually attract really good people who are going to work 70 or 80 hours a week, bust their butt in order to make this audacious goal happen. And that means we get the ride on the backs of wonderful people here to create a great investment for us. So we love really long-term owners or founders of the company, people who are not overpaying themselves and are taking care of the whole stakeholder group that's part of what they lead. And finally, a management team that's out there with a big passion and a big audacious goal. I'm Phil Town for Rule 1 Investing. Now go play.